Previously on MasterChef.
Welcome to the grand finale of the world's biggest cooking competition. Let's go!
The three best home cooks in America faced off over their appetizers. Randy wowed.
I love your dish.
David delivered.
You gambled, it paid off.
But Sean
You've got expensive ingredients, but they don't go together.
stumbled.
You guys told me to put myself on a plate, and that's what I did.
Tonight, just 2 courses remain
Yay, Brandon!
in the battle for the ultimate culinary crown.
Come on, Sean!
All ending
Superb.
This is stunning.
I'm blown away.
This might be it.
in the closest result
Who's your choice?
in MasterChef history.
Wolfgang.
I don't know. Damn.
The winner of MasterChef is... This is it! Nail this, and you may just be America's next MasterChef.
Yay, Brandon!
Use every second, Sean.
David's the one falling behind. He's got nothing on the plate.
He's gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta go, David!
Come on, guys, please. Finishing touches now.
He almost got the whole tray.
He's flustered. Look, he's all over the place. Here we are. 60 seconds to go. Let's go. Come on.
Doing? He's falling apart.
Oh, David.
David!
45 seconds to go.
Keep working. Laser focus.
David has now started to play. Finally.
I got this.
15 seconds to go.
Come on, Sean. There you go.
Brandon!
Speed up.
Push it to the end.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well done. Wow. What an incredible 60 minutes.
All right, you three, the moment of truth has arrived. It's time to taste those entrees. Please, let's head to the restaurant.
Right, you three, well done. Sean, please present your entrees. Thank you.
The judges didn't care for my appetizer, so this entree has to be my comeback.
Your chefs.
Everything's on the line on this dish. Like, if I don't knock this out of the park, there's no reason for me to cook dessert.
Wow. Visually, it's breathtaking.
Thank you.
Describe it, please.
Coffee ancho, spice-rubbed venison loin with a plum venison demi, garnished with some balsamic cipollini, some smoked plums, garlic shallot cream, some truffle, and some nice, beautiful fiddleheads.
I can smell the truffle, I can smell the spice, I can smell light smokiness. What's smoked on here?
I smoked the plums. I didn't want to overpower you with the smoke, so I just gave you the smoked plums, so you have that tartness, but you also, at the back of your palate, you should get that smoky essence.
I mean, it's delicious. It tastes as good as it looks. The texture is incredible. Venison's like butter, gamey, and spicy. Coffee gives that bitterness, so there's hidden treasures in every little bite. You've now reinvented how venison should be plated because it's true to itself. I'm blown away.
Thank you very much,
Great
Chef.
job.
Thank you.
When you described the dish, I was worried about the chanterelle and the truffle. But the harmony in this dish is exceptional. Everything has its place, and everything play a nice role together. Compared to your appetizer, I think you understood harmony and respect of ingredient. Well done.
Thank you, Chef. I needed a big one today.
You know, Sean, they made a movie called The Perfect Storm. I think this is the perfect forest. I think when you look at forest on a plate, this might be it.
Thank you, Chef.
I love the onion. I think the onion, they taste caramelized with the balsamic vinegar, a little sugar. And I really love the color of the fiddlehead ferns because it really brightens up the whole dish. But if I would think one thing, I saw you smoking the plums. I don't think he does that much to it, really, to the dish.
Did you test them individually?
But for sure. If not, I wouldn't talk about it.
I love it.
I love it.
I don't think it does that much to the dish.
Okay.
But at the end, it's really the venison. The rub is not overpowering, so it came out really, really as a stunning dish.
Thank you, Chef.
I love the restraint that you showed with that black truffle. That black truffle almost mimics the shape of the plate. I think it's elegant. I think it's very thoughtful. It's very dreamlike in a beautiful way. The venison is cooked beautifully, and it's great to see you change direction like that so quickly from course to course and really prove time and time again that you are a great student.
I'll never give up, chefs.
Thank you,
Thank
Sean.
you.
Thank you, chefs.
Nice job, Sean.
Whew, thanks, guys. Whew. Oh, I needed that.
Brandy, please present your entrees. Thank you.
I've put myself into this entree. I've taken simple Southern ingredients, I've elevated them. Who would think that you could put a hush puppy in a MasterChef finale? But I've made it beautiful on this plate.
Brandy, please describe the entree. Thank you.
I have a cast iron seared duck breast over andouille mixed greens with a blackberry demi, ramp hush puppies, and pickled white strawberries.
Brandy, the hush puppy looks like a falafel to me, but I can't wait to taste it.
Falafel. Seriously? Put your glasses on, Grandad.
So, Brandy, are you happy with the look of this entree?
I am happy with this. I think that the elements of my dish were hard to make beautiful, but I think that I put a lot of finesse on the plate today.
I think it's one of the best plates you've ever plated. I mean, duck's beautiful. Let's get that right. That's seasoned incredibly. Love the blackberries. I mean, there's no greater combination. This is better than the appetizer. What it needs, Brandy, is a touch of lightness. I'll drop the hush puppies because it's just rich and rich and rich. Put a little bit of weight on me, but don't put me into cardiac arrest.
Yes, Chef.
Keep me alive for dessert. Well done.
Thank you.
It's very tasty. The greens, it has a nice finish of acidity behind. The andouille bring this strength to it. And the falafel, as Wolfgang called
Now,
it.
what does it look like? You want my glasses, Gordon? Here, give Gordon my glasses over there. And look with the glasses. Huh? You look very handsome with the glasses, you know?
Chef, I didn't realize your eyesight was that bad.
What I really love about your dish is I want to eat it all. And I think that's the secret of a beautiful dish.
Thank you, Chef.
I love the flavor of the hush puppies, but I actually prefer the pork belly to the duck. Yet you cook the duck perfectly. But I think all in all, I expected a little more from you.
Brandy, I thought some of the flavors on your duck entree were delicious and worked really well together, but I disagree with Gordon 100%. It's by no means your most beautiful entree, and to be quite honest, it's not a strong visual presentation at all.
I disagree with Christina, because that's I think this is beautiful, and I think this is you to a T. And Christina needs to get her eyes tested quickly.
I
That
think it's what you say.
What, you're saying this looks ugly?
It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't
It just
look
doesn't
beautiful.
look good.
I'd rather a plate that looks less elaborate and tastes phenomenal. Thank
No,
you.
but it can't look gray and brown.
Gray?
And listen, Brandy,
Sometimes-
I love you guys, all of you.
All right, okay.
Grey it's not. Delicious it is. Thank
Christina has the last word.
needless to say, we're all very passionate about what you put
Honest.
forth before us tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Taking a drink.
you. David, please present your entree. Thank you.
My entree course is disappointing. I wasn't able to roll my cabbage rolls tightly enough, and it took me so long that I couldn't get them in the water bath in enough time. So I'm a little worried that my hen is not cooked to the correct temperature.
Describe the dish, please.
For you, I have Savoy cabbage wrapped guinea hen and foie gras served with a morel and yellow wine cream sauce with sauteed fresh morels and thumbelina carrots.
You're not happy with this.
Correct.
You've got the right to be pissed off. Come here. Take a look at that and tell me what you can see. David,
Yes, chef.
come here. Take a look at that and tell me what you can see.
It's maybe a little bit pinker than I intended.
That is not a little bit pink.
This is rare.
That's rare. Thank you. Sauce is incredible. The combination, that wine, that dryness, sweetness, earthiness of morels. But wrapping any protein in cabbage and then tempering it and then cooking it twice and rolling it, your work is cut out. And you need to have made 200 of these to nail it because it's unforgiving. Understand why you put your neck in the noose. That's you. Unfortunately, your hand's not strong enough because it's such a technical dish to pull off. Really technical. Thank you, chef.
The seasoning is perfect. The sauce is superb. And Gordon will agree with me. In French cuisine, sauce can count for 75% of the success of a dish. And I think here, you really proven that you were a very, very good cook and you could make a fantastic sauce also.
Thank you, chef.
You're like an artist who walks on the high wire. So, if you walk on the high wire, you better be good. If you fall, it's the end. I don't think you fell here. My guinea hen is actually cooked really perfectly. Would I have loved a little more foie gras? For sure. But the dish looks beautiful, and I really believe it was delicious.
Thank you, chef.
David, I think the flavor of the dish is delicious, but there are a few shortcomings that are pretty blatant here. It's clear that you still remain a technician in terms of flavor, but you fell a little short in terms of technique with the preparation of that protein.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, chefs.
David, Brandy, Sean, it is time for dessert. Why don't the three of you head on into the kitchen and get ready for that dessert
Thank you,
course.
chefs.
Thank you, chefs.
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean, some pretty impressive entrees. We obviously have a lot to talk about.
How's everybody feeling?
Well, they weren't as hard on me as I thought they could have been.
David's entree. I think there were high points of his dish, the sauce, and low points of his dish, the actual cookery of the protein, which was meant to be the star of the dish.
David's biggest problem this evening with his entree was him. The actual technical ability of assembling that dish was way more difficult than cooking it, and he shot himself in the foot.
I needed that so bad. If I wouldn't have nailed that one, there wouldn't have been a reason for me to even cook dessert.
Sean delivered in the entree.
I never saw venison presented this way. The onions were cooked nicely and give it sweetness, a little acidity from the balsamic vinegar, mushrooms, and he executed the venison perfectly.
Honestly, tonight's the first time where I felt that I could lift a finale's dish and transport it to my flagship restaurant, and Sean's was just that. It was that good.
Yeah.
We still got one more round.
Brandy came in with a hand-seared duck breast that was just beautiful. She played to her strengths.
When I see Brandy, I smile, and it makes me happy to see how far she has gone into the competition and stays so true to her roots. It was a wonderful, wonderful dish.
I was not impressed with that.
Visually, she did not bring the thunder.
60 minutes left in the MasterChef kitchen.
Better make it count, my man.
I think it's fair to say at this point, through the appetizer and the entree, there's a three-way tie. But there's still what I would argue is the most important course to come.
I think whoever nails this one
Yeah.
might rise to the top.
I agree. Let's go.
David, Brandy, and Sean, 2 courses in, 1 to go. Right now, if you had to ask me, it's wide open, ladies and gentlemen. The pressure is really on to nail your desserts. Are you ready? Yes,
Yes, chef.
Your 60 minutes starts now. Wow, this is it. 60 minutes away from one of these three talented amateur cooks becoming America's next MasterChef.
For my dessert, I'm making cornbread madeleines, a white chocolate mousse, bourbon caramel, candied pecans, and bourbon glazed peaches. The judges are gonna look at this plate and they are gonna be completely floored. They're not gonna believe that it came from an Irvington elementary school teacher.
You got this, Brandy. Just focus. You got it.
Come on, girl.
For dessert, I'm making a glazed and stuffed fresh cherry served with a chocolate cremeux, a Kirsch Chantilly whipped cream, cherry puree garnished with a cookie crumble and popping rocks. My dessert is very complex. There's lots of technical aspects in it. If executed properly, there's no beating my dessert.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. For my dessert, I'm making a salted caramel chocolate tart with a raspberry coulis. I needed to nail the entree after the stumble with the appetizer, and I'm back. There it is. Brandy and David better bring everything they know to take me down, because I'm motivated. I'm ready for this. The MasterChef trophy is coming down to dessert.
Get it, Josh!
Wow, 60 minutes away from one of these three talented amateur cooks becoming America's next MasterChef.
A killer dessert from any of the three home cooks could nail the win.
You got this, Brandon. You can do it.
Sean,
Chef Tosi.
dessert, come on. This is your dough?
Yes, ma'am. It's a chocolate almond dough.
Okay.
I'm actually reining it in a little bit on my dessert. I'm doing a classic salted caramel chocolate tart with a raspberry coulis.
Now, why decide to play it safe in the dessert course?
Well, I said simplify. I didn't say safe, because this thing might not set. So my timing's got to be right.
And how long do they need in the oven?
They need probably about 10 to 15 minutes.
And then you got to chill them down and fill them.
Like I said, simplified, not easy.
Okay.
You know, sometimes the simple things are more difficult.
Absolutely,
that is true.
because the flaw's shiny
Yeah.
and brighter.
Sean, your last 40 minutes cooking in this kitchen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right, Brandy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling really good.
Tell me about the dish.
I am making cornbread madeleines.
Right.
They'll be dusted in powdered sugar.
I don't know if you know, but Danielle is an expert at Madeleine.
Oh, is he?
An expert.
I serve millions of Madeleine.
How are we dressing this? What's the garnish?
I have the peach puree. I'm making a bourbon caramel sauce. I've got spiced candy pecans. I've got my white chocolate mousse over here. I'm sticking true to my southern flavors, but I am going to give you an upscale looking dessert.
Now, the peaches, you caramelize them, roast them. How are we cooking them?
In my cast iron skillet, I'm going to
Yes,
caramelize those in butter
Golden
and brown
skillet.
sugar and flambe them with
Good.
the bourbon.
34 minutes to go. Good luck.
Hello, Chef.
David, give it to me. What are you working on?
Right here, I've got cherry puree.
Okay.
In that bowl, I've got a cherry compote that's gonna go piped inside of a pitted fresh cherry. And I'm gonna glaze it in my red glaze over here.
So it's a cherry stuffed with cherry, glazed with cherry.
Well, the glaze is a milk chocolate glaze.
Oh, so this is chocolate, but also colored with red.
Yes.
Look at how shiny and stunning it is.
Right? Yeah, I think it's gonna be beautiful.
And is that some gold decor I see over there?
Over
Yes.
there, yeah.
So you're bringing us Vegas in this last
Yeah,
course as
totally.
well.
Exactly.
You only have half an hour left, so you better speed up.
All right, good luck, David.
Thank you, Chef.
So David is doing this symphony of cherries. It sounds elegant, it's focused, but David is again focusing so much on the technique, on these ingredients.
Too complicated, Christina? I mean, is he doing to dessert what Sean did to his appetizer?
30 ingredients? You don't need that much. It's about what you put into it,
30.
thoughtfully.
True.
Beautiful.
So Brandy's doing these corn madeleine. Playing to her strengths, but will that make the madeleine, this sweet, delicate, beautiful sponge, taste like cornbread?
Maybe the cornmeal in there will give the madeleine a little crunch.
You don't need
Make it a little
crunch in a
crunch.
Madeleine.
It will be a different version.
Yeah, Brandy, finish strong, girl.
Sean is keeping it simple. A chocolate salted caramel tart. I worry that Sean's playing a little too safe. Sean's
Simplicity
menu.
in dessert could be a winner.
I think that's where he's going. I've overcomplicated my appetizer, I've reined it in on the entree, and now I'm just going to give you the best chocolate tart ever. Last 5 minutes, come on.
Come on, guys.
She's opening the bourbon.
Brandy's about to flambe.
Make it go!
2 minutes remaining, please. Let's go.
Ooh, I'm gonna be cutting this close.
You got the shot! Oh, he squeaked like a girl there.
Look at David's dessert. Come on, guys.
David's
Seriously?
dessert. Look at
Looks like a beautiful presentation.
David, it looks amazing,
Yeah,
bro.
David, so good.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's definitely artistic all the way.
Good job, Brandy Mud.
Thank you, Sean.
There's,
Oh
wow.
my God.
Look at Brandy's. Gorgeous.
Look at the plating on that.
That looks amazing.
Looks beautiful, Sean. Come on, Sean.
Looking good. Come on, Sean. Come on, Brandy. You can do it. Come on, David. This is where it counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring it in, buddy.
Oh, man.
I love you guys.
Yeah, Brandy.
That didn't come from Kentucky. Come on.
Bravo, bravo.
Absolutely amazing. Now, for the most important part. Based on this last tasting, one of you 3 talented individuals will become America's next Master Chef. Please, very carefully, lift those desserts into the restaurant. Let's go.
Good job, Sean. You got this, Brandy.
Ooh, wow, what a journey.
Brandy, please bring your desserts forward.
I'm super excited about this dessert. Even though I've got these simple Southern ingredients, it doesn't look like it came from a Kentucky chef. It looks like it came from a master chef.
Brandy, please describe the dish.
I have for you a white cornmeal madeleine with a bourbon caramel sauce, a white chocolate mousse, spiced candied pecans, and bourbon glazed peaches.
Brandy, my one worry is cornmeal inside that mixture. Why make that mixture dense, gritty, heavy when madeleines don't taste like that?
You all always tell us to put ourselves on the plate, and a French madeleine wouldn't be brandy mud on the plate, so I wanted to put my spin on it.
So what would be the difference between you with your madeleines to you with your cornbread?
Cornbread is a lot thicker, a lot denser. These are going to be light and fluffy.
So you said light and fluffy in the center and not heavy. Brandy, let's get one thing clear. They are definitely So, you said light and fluffy in the center and not heavy. Brandy, let's get one thing clear. They are definitely not light. It's heavy. The actual peaches, the chocolate mousse, and those caramelized pecans are mind-blowing. But the madeleines, unfortunately, are nowhere near as light as they should be. You set your heart on putting your spin on the dessert with the corn, it just doesn't work.
I think, not every Madeleine is equal because there's many recipes for Madeleine. And for you to put cornmeal, I think it's wonderful. And this is a comforting and yet sophisticated dessert. The chocolate mousse is light. It goes very well with it. I love your dessert. I just don't want to compare what I know with what it is, yeah.
Yes, Chef.
That's all.
Brandy, to me, if you want to call something a Madeleine, it should be something close to it. But I like the peaches. I like actually the chocolate mousse, the caramel with the pecans. I thought this is enough the flavor of the South where you come from.
Thank you.
Listen, Brandy, when those 60 minutes were up out there, these two had the look of fear in their eyes because this dessert is stunning. I think your whiskey caramel sauce is so delicious that you should jar it and sell it. I would buy it from you. Your white chocolate mousse pairs really well with the acidity of the whiskey. I think you have a lot of winning elements on the dish. You pushed yourself, and I commend you for it. I'm incredibly proud of you.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Chapman.
David, please bring your desserts up.
My plates are beautiful. There's nothing I would change. I gave it my all. I put my heart and soul in that plate. I focused like I never have in the MasterChef kitchen, and I produced the results.
David, please explain in detail your dessert.
For you today, I have a fresh cherry, pitted and stuffed with a cherry compote, then glazed with a white chocolate red glaze, a chocolate cremeux, a kirsch chantilly cream, garnished with a cookie crumble and some gold popping candy.
So there's 9 different elements on this dish. Why?
I think they all complement each other well. I mean, the textures, there's so many different textures on the plate. The popping candy gives it the crackle. The cookie crumble gives it some substance. The airiness of the chantilly cream, the smoothness of the mousse, and then the bite of the cherry with the tart taste. I tried it without certain elements, and it always needed something more. But once I put them all together, it really felt like it was complete.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you, Chef.
David, visually a stunning dish. And once you eat everything together, the cremeux, the whipped cream, the cherry compote, and the cherry with the sour cherry filling in it, I think it's a great marriage of different textures and flavors together. So to me, that's what a dessert should be like. Full of flavor, not too sweet, and just enough so that you want a little bit more.
Visually, you really hit the nail on the head. I love the classic cherry and chocolate combination. I think that your chocolate crumbs brought a nice surprise texture that I thought was very welcoming. It's certainly thought-evoking, and that in and of itself is definitely an accomplishment.
Thank you, Chef.
David, the menu you did was a little bit heavy front, and the middle you kind of catch up pretty well, and you want to finish with just lightness. And I think you succeed on that. Taste-wise, very interesting, very intense in cherry. I would have loved a little bit more whipped cream and chocolate, but everything tastes very good, and you want to go back and scrape the plate. I like it very much.
Thank you, Chef.
David, there's good and bad parts of this. And I'm going to start off with the positives. Love the chocolate, love the mousse. It's you on a plate, definitely. It's so nice to see you back with that kind of attitude, because that's what it's got. Now for the bad news. Don't glaze, dip, stuff a cherry unless you can make that cherry taste better than it did naturally just in that. So it's out there, it is good, but it just needs a spine, that foundation that you build out on, because there's little bits of everything. You're scared to be simple because you think it looks inadequate. But I think out of the 3 courses tonight, this is you, without a shadow of a doubt.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Finally, Sean, please bring your desserts forward.
I'm really liking my dessert. It's a pretty simple dish, but the flavor is amazing. That caramel came out perfect. The ganache came out perfect. The tart crust came out perfect. I think I nailed it.
Sean, please describe the dish.
I did a salted caramel dark chocolate tart with a raspberry coulis.
Sean, it looks simple, looks elegant. My big worry is that this is the kind of tart that you take one mouthful and then push it away, because it could be so sweet, so sickly.
That's the risk I knew I was taking because it is such a rich dish. But I'm hoping the raspberry kind of comes in and cleans out the palate.
Now, Sean, let's get real. When I slice into it, it should be a beautiful, clean slice.
Yes, Chef.
And that bite better not be my only bite.
I'm hoping it's not, Chef.
This slice of tart is worth $250,000. Here we go. Sean, This slice of tart is worth $250,000. Here we go. That tart, look at it. It just hugs the contour in an even layer through.
Looks like a tiny slice of pie.
Let's see how it tastes.
Oh, man.
Are you speechless?
It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Love the texture of the salted caramel. The ganache ratio is spot on. I'm dying to get a second, third, fourth bite. It's not too sweet. But you baked that beautiful chocolate tart brilliantly and then screwed it up by sitting on a damp bed of raspberry coulis. That's the bit I don't get.
You know, Sean, I thought that the dough on the bottom is a little undercooked. It's not crispy as I want it to be, but the salted caramel with the bittersweet chocolate actually works so well together. And I don't think I really need the raspberries with it.
The dough is good. Considering you had 60 minutes to make this dessert, to make the dough, to rest the dough, to bake the dough. I mean, it was definitely up to a challenge.
Yes, sir.
And I think you really succeeded in that challenge.
Thank you, chef.
The caramel, it was perfect. It's something you go back to it because it's addictive.
Sean, from me, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful, delicious salted caramel filling. The chocolate ganache on top is luxurious. I think playing it simple, yet keeping it deep and complex was the smartest move you could have made tonight.
Thank you very much, chef. Thank you.
Nice job, Sean.
David, Brandy, and Sean, whatever the result, I have never felt any prouder.
Thank you, chef. It's an honor to be here.
We have a lot to discuss. The next time we see you, we will be telling you which one of you three is America's next MasterChef.
Thank you, chef.
Off you go.
Chefs.
Thank you.
Now, after all these amazing tastings, we have to pick one.
We're talking about the complete three-course menu, that meal that each home cook served us this evening.
Let's start with David's. We started off with that amazing beet-cured salmon with that soft egg wrapped in the phyllo paste.
David's eggs was perfect, and the connection, horseradish, beet, poppy seeds. A pinch of salt over would have helped, for sure, but I found it very impressive.
Then we had the guinea head wrapped in Savoy cabbage with foie gras, morel cream sauce, glazed Thumbelina carrots. Talk about ups and downs. The sauce was amazing. The execution of the dish was dreadful.
I think he tried to show us that he's a very good technician. I love the sauce. The sauce is important in the dish. Yes, but in that case, the sauce didn't save the dish.
If the main ingredient is not really right, I mean, you are in the
Yeah.
And then dessert, that incredible looking symphony of cherries. To the eyes, it definitely had that appeal. It just wasn't cohesive.
I do not agree with you at all. The cream, the cherry, the chocolate mousse, the chocolate.
There was not enough
thing.
chocolate mousse. There was not enough cream.
But I tasted.
There was not enough crumble.
Maybe for you, but I really love to have just one spoonful and say, I'm dreaming.
I am so proud, and I hope the judges see the thought that went into my menu and the technique in all my courses. I didn't hold anything back. I took a risk. I tried to be creative. I'm not settling for second place.
Brandy, for her appetizer, she gave us the cubes of braised pork belly tossed in that apricot barbecue sauce.
The pork belly she nailed. The flavor was incredible.
I loved that apricot barbecue glaze. It was light, it was beautiful.
And I think that gastric was really the dish.
It was delicious.
The entree from Brandy, that seared duck breast, wilted greens, ramp hush puppies.
The cooking on the duck was brilliant. The flavor profile, we never need to worry about Brandy's flavor. It's there, instantly.
The pork belly and then the duck, they were too similar for me to have it on the menu.
And then, of course, Brandy's dessert. Cornmeal madeleines, white chocolate mousse, caramelized bourbon peaches, and the spiced candied pecans. By far the most stunning dish that Brandy brought us. I thought her whiskey caramel was delicious. I thought her white chocolate mousse was delicious.
Corn.
I hated the idea of making madeleine with the cornmeal, but at the end, I like what she did.
I've grown into something so much more than what I was when I came here. I'm not just a small town Southern cook anymore. My plates look like they came out of a Michelin restaurant, but at the same time, I've stayed true to my roots, and I believe that I deserve to win this.
Sean, now, those amazing halibut cheeks marinated in miso, and then those pickled mushrooms, then the uni, and then the foam. The hero was nailed beautifully, but he went way off piece, and he got too excited like a kid in a candy store.
I was confused. He got so caught up in the emotion of the story that he wasn't thinking enough like a chef.
And then, following that, was this incredible venison loin. The venison worked. He had every note on that beautiful wooden board that harmonized.
This one had color, texture, it had the whole thing, the whole jabang, as we say.
And then dessert, that salted caramel tart with that raspberry puree.
He had a great balance of flavor in that salted caramel filling. He had a nice, rich, smooth chocolate ganache, and the raspberry coulis brought the acidity that was needed.
Pure simplicity is the hardest thing to do something simple and restrained like that.
Pretty impressive.
I think I deserve to win because we've all had our flaws, but I was definitely the only one who adapted and who took the critiques and changed their path. Now it's all in the judges' hands, and I respect their decision, but I think I did enough.
MasterChef, it's about someone who show passion, technique, creativity, and something where you haven't seen.
Whose three-course meal do we want to eat again?
Nobody nailed all 3 courses. Let's get that right.
Agreed.
So who had the best 2 courses? Wolfgang. You saw them all from the beginning. Who's your choice?
I don't know. Damn.
I think we have a decision. Let's go and tell them.
I'm just Brandy. I'm just a teacher from Irvington. That's all I am. There's no bells and whistles. I want everyone to see that you really can do anything that you set your mind to.
I don't want to let my daughter Liliana down. I'm sure she'll be proud no matter how it goes, but I really want to be able to take that trophy home and let it sit in her room, let her be proud and tell all her friends that her daddy is the next MasterChef.
Winning this competition, I'm gonna make everybody that was cheering for me proud. From my mom to past contestants. I'm gonna make Vegas proud. And I'm gonna make my dad proud.
Sean, Brandy, David, let's get one thing straight. All 3 of you have grown so much across this competition. Tonight, you 3 prove beyond a shadow of doubt that you are definitely the 3 best home cooks anywhere in the country. That's why we'd like David, Brandy, and Sean to switch places with us, because that's where you belong. Please, come over. Wow. One of you is about to win a life-changing $250,000.
One of you is about to win the opportunity to publish your very own cookbook and to sail the Caribbean on the MasterChef cruise. And one of you is about to win this, the most sought-after honor in the culinary world, the title of MasterChef.
The winner of MasterChef is... Congratulations. Sean!
just won MasterChef. I just won $250,000. Ah, this is the greatest day of my life. Bring it on, baby. Yeah! I think I'm done with DJing. My heart is in food. My heart is representing MasterChef. I feel like this is what I was put on this planet for. My father was pushing me on. He'd be so proud. I wish my dad was here, big time, but he is.
I love you.
Sean was a great chef from day one, and he executed and performed in the finale, and he deserved to win. I gave it everything I had, it just wasn't good enough to win. I'm happy for my Vegas brother.
You know how much I love you. You are so amazing. Don't you ever stop what you're doing.
I'm proud that I've shown my students and my kids that they can reach for their dreams, and they can get out there and they can do whatever they want. You know, I'm glad that I put myself out there. I'm glad that I took the risk.
This changes my life. This changes everything. All my dreams came true today. All of them. I am MasterChef!
One potato, two potato.